This is a HeadGum podcast.
Gavin! I like that. Yeah.
Yes. Mess around.
Mess around.
That's what I'm talking about. Stand all day. All night. Look at that.
They messing around.
Ladies and gentlemen, you are here on episode 512 D-Day. Lamorne is trying to buy tickets to go see Hail Mary, and you need a Hail Mary.
I know. I need it. Come on, man. What is going on here?
I will say last night I was with some girlfriends.
Nice.
And they were talking about Hail Mary. They had just gone to see it. They were like, it's so good. It's so great. Ryan Gosling is like the greatest. He's like the best we got right now. He's so awesome. Shout out to all Canadians holding it down. Anyway, but I will say, I was like, whenever I think of Ryan Gosling, I think of the greatest kiss I've ever seen in a movie. That ruined me. And I don't get like giggly or weird or something because I just don't. But when I think of this particular kiss, I get weird. And they were like, The Notebook, right? The Gosling, that's what you're talking about? And I was like, nope.
You're talking about the Fall Guy?
Nope.
Oh, I know what you're talking about. Barbie.
Nope.
Oh, I know what you're talking about. Drive.
Yes! Oh my God. The kiss in the elevator. So I've only ever seen it once. I saw it when I watched the movie. It's the sexiest thing. I swear to Jesus. It made me, so I've only ever seen it once when I watched the film. So when did that film come out? I don't know, 15 years ago. And it took a permanent place in my brain. So my girlfriends were like, what are you talking about? What Kiss and Drive? So I watched it last night with them. Mm-hmm. Second time I've seen it in my life. And it's still, I know it's the best kiss that's ever happened on camera. And all of them took a walk after. They're like, that's crazy.
No, I know what they did. That's why I was getting all those calls last night.
You're like, why did Rachna call me? It was so hot. And the crazy part is the reason why I think I've thought about it so much and it's been impacted in my brain is I watched that movie. I saw that kiss. I was destroyed. Then it was shot in the elevator where we would take it to the roof to shoot all the New Girl rooftop scenes. Drive was shot in that building and they used that elevator. And the apartment was one of the apartments that we used as a holding room for New Girl. So it was like, I watched the movie, I was destroyed, and then I would be like riding that elevator, and I was just like, oh, my body remembers the greatest kiss of all time. And then I rewatched it for the first time. Oh my God, this kiss, you guys, listen.
Was it?
Wendy, I don't know, are we allowed to cut it in? Are we allowed to put this kiss in? Because he does this thing. Oh, he puts his hand,
Hannah.
I gotta go.
Here's what's happening here. Half the people watching this just left. They're like, it's been, no joke, Hannah, you just spent three straight minutes talking about Ryan Gosling's kiss. No one can get a word in. No one can ask you a question. I feel bad for y'all husbands because what y'all are basically doing is telling y'all husbands that he will never compare it to this mythological thing that happened.
Nobody could. It's
was it a hard
hottest kiss.
She's still going. She's still going. Was this a hard kiss? I don't remember the kiss. I didn't take my takeaway from Drive wasn't the kiss in the elevator, but was it one of those hard kisses that's not real?
No, it's so real. That's the problem. Is it's so real. It's so.
I mean, hold on, because this is starting to become a thing. We haven't even gotten to the damn intro because this. It's like people ain't got shit to do with their lives. We're gonna sit here and talk about Ryan Gosling, Drive kiss.
Watch what you about to watch because you about to feel funny feelings in your belly.
Hannah, if the kiss was that good, the feeling wouldn't be in my belly. Hold on, let me watch this. Okay, this is a 3-minute scene. Let me fast forward.
Yeah, he's in the elevator. There's a bad guy, and there's Carey Mulligan who's there. Oh, the light.
Okay, here we go. The guy gets to the elevator. Puts his hand
Watch
on
what
her
he does
belly.
with a hand.
Yeah, he's kissing her in the mouth with his mouth. He's pushing up on her body with his belly. Yeah, then he closes off bad. It's bad acting right there. It's bad for camera because he's closing her face off. Can't see.
Good. You just want to be there. You just want.
Hannah,
Is it
Hannah,
only? I
this
honestly,
is okay.
I don't care. I fast forward through all weird love scenes because I get awkward and I'm like, no, thank you, nobody. That
Hannah, and then
permanent
Hannah,
spot in my brain.
Hannah, you know what I think is happening right now,
So
and I don't want to get into your business.
Yeah.
Because that's not what I do. You need to find that spark again.
I think I just have been in too many weird elevators. And the hottest part of the kiss is not even the kiss. It's when he just takes his hand and he just like pulls her to safety in the corner. And then he like beats the shit out of that guy. Oh my God. Okay. All right. 5/12 D-Day. Great episode. Another crazy one.
I'm gonna move to this one. Josh Malmuth wrote this one. Michael Schultz. Shout out to the legend, Michael Schultz. Episode 12, D-Day. Here we go. A lot to unpack. Nothing about Ryan Gosling here. Get ready for uncomfortable. I just dealt with a bunch of uncomfortable. So get ready for uncomfortable silences and even more uncomfortable fluid exchanges. Guys, we're still talking about Ryan Gosling. See, basically, Jess starts her day helping Schmidt with wedding stuff, but ends her day unknowingly making out with Schmidt's dad.
Crazy twist.
Awkward. It would be less awkward if it was Ryan Gosling. Meanwhile, Winston and Nick try to prove whose job is harder with a little on-the-job training.
What a funny, weird episode. What I love about this episode, it's so, I didn't have Zoe for a while. We had Megan Fox for a while and all of this stuff. But this is one of those goodies where you're just like, oh no, this is what the show was always supposed to be. Mm-hmm. Like weird twists, bizarre things happening, emotional things. Also, maybe one of the greatest reactions that's ever happened on our show, which is when Max hears that she made out with the guy from Calabasas. And just Max's choice. There's no way you could say, make this sound. His choice is one of the funniest things ever. And as an audience, we don't know why. It's so perfect. Okay, so Schmidt's got some decisions to make, big ones, wedding ones. He's got a full day of decisions ahead, so he's calling it a D-Day. And Cece enters, and she goes, I also love this, the way they wrote this. The gas station TV audition she did in the episode Heat Wave, we all remember that. Well, the girl went missing, and she's been asked to fill in.
That's
so she can't help with wedding stuff.
I know. She's got to be a gas station TV host. But Jess is excited because this is now her chance to help. Schmidt is also, he's not very sure about receiving this particular help, but he does need the extra hand because that boy is tired. So he gets Jess up to speed on everything that he needs to do. He sends her off on a chair selection errand with a GoPro on her forehead.
Crazy.
It's funny how you see how technology
has evolved.
It's like all you got to do is FaceTime him. Just FaceTime. Yeah. But we didn't have it, I guess, during this season.
The fact that it's just like on the helmet and she's walking around doing it is such a funny bit. It's so funny. It goes to show that physical comedy stuff just can help a joke in the best way.
Exactly. He's also, like I said, he's also very, very tired and overwhelmed by all these decisions that he has to make. And that tiredness will come back to haunt him. Now we got Winston and Nick. They were supposed to have lunch together. They got a meat lunch. Pause. They got a meat lunch, which is crazy. It's a long-standing tradition, but Winston is late thanks to his crime turducken situation. He's so late that Nick has to get back to work. And Winston's like, come on, man, work? But it's a bar, dog. Chill. This is a bar. You know?
Why are they here? It's the middle of the afternoon. Why are you here?
Yeah.
That's such a funny line.
It was like the balls that we have to juggle are so small that you have to juggle are so small. I'm a cop. The balls I juggle, I got to juggle large balls. And so Nick basically challenges Winston. If you think your job is much harder than mine, then come see for yourself. And not gonna lie, it didn't feel like a hard job. Winston made it seem like a hard job. When he was like mad about the schedule, I was like, all right, bro. We get it. In the end, it's all revealed, but it was like, One is fighting crime.
What's so funny is Winston actually says something that makes sense, which I feel like is unique for our show.
Yeah.
Because he's like, well, you can't just throw me in here like on the day and think I'm going to understand like everyone's unique situation around the schedule. So I was like, this is just factual. He's actually got a very good point.
I'd be like, well, give me a day. I'm sure I could figure out how to.
Yeah.
You're working on Monday. You don't want? You want to work? No? Okay, cool. All right. So Jess moves on to the cake testing portion. And Schmidt's whole helmet camera deal is proven to be intense, he already made a florist cry. So Jess makes a decision of her own. And she takes advantage of Schmidt's tiredness.
This is the funniest thing in the entire world. She finds a water feature.
So good.
And lullabies Genie in a bottle. It's so good. Also, what's so good is this, at this point, we know the characters so deeply as an audience that we know this is the perfect lullaby for Schmidt.
Yeah.
This is going to actually make him go to sleep. We know what's happening. There's not even a bit. You don't even laugh.
Yeah. It's not.
You just go like, oh, she's doing what she needs to do.
We have a Jessica D Day takeover. And her next order of business, Schmidt gives her this, color-coded thumb drive. She's got to go visit the wine tasting room. She heads to Calabasas and meets handsome Gavin, played by Peter Gallagher, who charms her into trying some wines. Perfect
casting, by the way, as Schmidt's dad. I mean, It's crazy. And it's weird because I forgot this episode completely. So I didn't realize all these perfect little setups, right? They need Schmidt to be controlling, but then all of a sudden not be watching at that point. So they made him tired and made the lullaby. Like, it's really a beautifully laid out episode. Then you see a guy that looks exactly like Schmidt, that has the same weird moves as Schmidt. She even makes the eyebrow thing.
Yeah.
And I still didn't catch on that was Schmidt's dad. Even when he reacted crazy when she confesses later, I still didn't catch on. And I'm like, oh, this was so good. The editing was great. The twists and turns were great. A perfect episode of like a reveal. I loved it so much.
Now, at the bar, Winston's been challenged to decide the weekend shift. And it doesn't take long for him to become overwhelmed. Again, we talked about this. Whatever. he calls Mercy. Yeah, I don't buy this one. He calls Mercy, and then Nick swiftly steps in to solve the scheduling puzzle. And he does it in a way as if he's some sort of like guru. And he literally says like a couple things. All right, done. I'm like, stop it. You ain't dodging bullets, bruh.
I can feel that this was fun for you guys to shoot because you got to be the B story. So you got to just hang out and be cool. Like, that's always fun. You didn't have to do a lot of big emotional stuff. It was just you got the silly storyline, which is always fun.
Those are my favorites. It's like, just go be so weird for a week.
This is great.
Oh, yeah. And then
let's be cops.
But like exactly. And what Winston tells Nick is what we spoke about earlier. I can't just walk in here off the street and be good at this immediately. He goes, dude, trust me, this is not harder than being a cop. And so they're off to prove it. Nick is now joining Winston and Allie on patrol. Mean streets, Los Angeles, where it goes down. Dude masturbating while walking down Hollywood Boulevard. Now,
a crime.
Not a crime, apparently. He's still doing it. He's got his own star on the Walk of Fame now.
It's more like the bingo card, like you're like, woo, found one.
Yeah.
Bingo.
100%. Now, Jess, she continues to be wooed by Gavin's charismatic charm. Yeah. She gazes at him while he shares his love of the ocean and he feeds her cheese. They giggle. They maintain eye contact. The vibes. Oh, they're vibing. And a bit later, Jess returns to the loft and Schmidt thanks her for the much needed nap time. And she says, everything is good. I figured it all out. And in fact, Gavin from the winery in Calabasas gave her a great deal. And that's when it happens. Schmidt's so uncomfortable. You met Gavin in Calabasas? She's like, yeah, I just meet him. We kissed a little bit.
And she said, we kissed like Ryan Gosling and Carry
God.
Mulligan and try.
Oh, God. What is happening with you? You've changed.
I can't stop thinking about it, you guys. I can't stop thinking about it.
Oh
She said we kissed a little. And then Max makes the craziest sound that maybe ever been made on network television. It's so like, it's like 7. It's like the What's in the Box, like the guttural scream of horror.
You want to do the sound? And then, so he lets him know. He lets her know, you just made out with my daddy.
So good. It's so good. I love it so much.
Now,
what a nightmare. Can you imagine?
Yeah, because my dad's dead. I'd be like, what? You dug this man up?
An uncomfortable silence ensues.
You're going to prison. You dug up a body in Belize and made out with him. That's a crime.
That is the crime. This is your new tagline, I realize, in life.
Yep.
That's a crime.
That's a crime.
That's a crime. That's a crime.
Okay, so it's uncomfortable.
Cop on TV. That's a crime.
That's a crime.
They all sit there in silence. It's too much. I would freak out. So they're all sitting there. I get a beautiful moment where they allow silence to live in a sitcom. Rarely happens, but that's what would happen. Then Cece comes home and is looped in to the nightmare. And what's cute is that she's like, was he a good kisser? And then that's also how we end the episode, which is also everybody just wanting to know, was it good? I need to know. Everybody wants the tea at the end.
That is gross. That is disgusting. But Jess is like, this would never have happened if Schmidt's color-coded planning system was very clear. And I love how he argues it.
This is beautiful writing, Malmuth. Chef's kiss.
Chartreuse is for chairs because it sounds like chartreuse. Magenta is for groomsmen, the groomsmen tuxes, because gentlemen will be wearing dope tuxes.
Kind of makes sense. I like it.
And Jess tries to spin this into something good. Maybe this is a chance to reach out and talk to your dad. Schmidt wonders why he would bother. After all, this guy left his mom and basically missed his entire childhood. So why? And Jess, she's asking, what we're all thinking, well, why did you have the man's number in the thumb drive in the first place? And then Schmidt's like, you know what? I was thinking about maybe potentially inviting him to the wedding, but the nightmare that is this afternoon has proved that he is not ready.
That's right.
Now we're back on patrol. Nick is feeling pretty good about his bar job versus cop job challenge because at the moment, ain't nothing happening. You know what I mean?
The palm front in the street.
Yeah. It's basic stuff. And, Nick says he's got to get back to the bar, but then Winston and Allie get a call over the radio. It's a possible 459. 459, which means burglary. You know that, right?
Yeah.
You know that?
For sure.
That, Hannah? That's a
burglary. I know
burglary.
all the numbers.
What's a 459?
I know all the numbers. The 459 for sure, bro.
Oh, yeah. And Winston is pumped. And he tells Nick to get in the car. There's about to be some bullets flying.
It's a weird thing to see a cop excited about a crime being committed.
Yeah, this TV.
In all shows, they do that. They're like, ha-ha! They're excited. Yeah. And then you're like, it's a murder, bro.
This also lets you know that Winston would make a horrible cop in real life.
This is true.
He'd be a great front desk person, But, back at the loft, more uncomfortable silence. While Schmidt, Cece, and Jess sit on the couch, there's a knock at the door.
Oh, yeah, this part. She kind of buried the lead on this one, too.
She forgot to say something. She forgot.
Yeah, she forgot to say he's about to be here.
Yeah.
To do more of what we did.
Which is a very grown-up adult. It's like adult date. You meet a person and you're like, hey, come to my house immediately.
But also, have we done the math on the numbers here? Because if that's his dad, he's probably going to be at least 20 plus years older than her.
Hey, do what you gotta do.
No.
Do what you gotta do.
And nobody's got a problem here?
Do what you gotta do, player.
I mean,
nobody.
I know it's Peter Gallagher, but
hey, bro, putting that work in still. If his back's strong, that's it. That's all that matters. He be doing his lat pull downs.
Probably not.
He got that lower lumbar strength. He good. But yeah, so the dad is coming.
Wait, isn't there the funniest line too? Where he talks about their kissing. She talks about their kissing and then whatever position they're in. And then he's like, he's a bottom. That one got me. I thought that was really funny. Okay. All right. So there's a knock on the door. Jessica goes like, oh my God, it's your dad coming on a date. And she goes, I don't trust you to handle this. So he makes her put the helmet back on with the GoPro, which is so funny.
Mm-hmm.
So great. Okay. All right. Now we're back at the crime scene.
Yeah. Winston, Allie, and Nick. Come on, man. They're at the crime scene. Winston tells Nick to lay low in the car. Nick is just like, yeah, sure, whatever. Claiming that Winston staged this whole thing.
Which I thought for a second could be true.
It could be.
I was like, did he put this all on?
But then this dude, this Hollywood Boulevard roamer just slams into the back of the window, licking the window.
It's a creepy shot. The way they shot it, it was creepy. I was like, this feels like more than they needed to do.
Oh, yeah.
This is very gross.
But basically, at this moment, he concedes. Winston's job is harder, and Winston feels bad for Nick, At least he learned his lesson that being a cop is harder than being a bartender. And Allie is like, you idiot. This isn't about whose job is harder. This is about Nick showing you that he's grown and it has changed and whatever else stupid stuff people care about.
See, she's being a good girlfriend. That's very girlfriend coded right there.
She already laying the groundwork. Groundwork.
Have you ever been on a police ride along?
I have. It's interesting because when they put Nick in the back of the car, a typical day would be pretty boring. But it depends on what type of beat that cop is working. You know what I mean? Like if you're working in a particular area of Los Angeles, maybe the odds are is that you will get more drug related things but if you're out in the burbs, I mean, you might get some domestic stuff that's happening here and there, but I'm quite certain you're not really getting that many like wild situations. I did a ride along. I'm trying to think. I did a ride along for, I think it was for New Girl, actually. It was either for New Girl or it was for, when did I do this ride along? I did a ride along a while ago.
You did for real? Like you had to go down to a cop shop and be like, I'm getting in the back of the car and you're going to drive me around and I get to see what it's about?
I call it a ride along, but I think I was just being arrested or something. I think I was being arrested.
Hold on. I think I remembered why I was in the back of the cop car.
No, I had committed a crime. Anyway, no.
You think that Jake and Damon did one for Let's Be Cops?
They had to have. Yeah, they played for sure. They did a ride along. But your police officers, their job, they're to serve and protect, right? They're not going to have you in the back of their car going on violent, dangerous outings. You know what I mean? They're not going to have you go into like a
control it if you get a call.
Well, because here's the thing: when you get a call, the dispatch goes out to anybody who's in that area. If you just so happen to be in that area, sure, but what you're doing is you're about to risk a person's life that you're supposed to be protecting. So the best thing to do, in my opinion, would be to not take that call. To go, hey, everybody, I'm going to ride along right now. Anybody else close by? That means
don't do your job on your job?
Well, yes and no, because your job is to serve and protect. But what you're about to do is not protect the person that's sitting in the back of your car.
I'm just saying, like, don't bring your kid to work day. You know what I mean? Like, don't bring the kid. You can't do that. You're a cop. It feels crazy to be like, this actor needs to see what it's like. We must protect them at all costs, so we won't do our job, and we're going to let that burglar run down the street.
Yeah, if I'm trying to for a ride along to go do a damn comedy, please don't let me get shot. Please have the other cops.
It takes me back to season 1. Remember in season 1, we were all in the pass van going to shoot something in downtown LA?
Oh, yeah, and there was a robbery, right?
Yeah, there was a bank robber.
Yeah.
There was a bank robbery that was happening, and we all had to like stay in the van, and we were there for like an hour, and we couldn't figure out what it was, and they didn't want to tell us that there was cops everywhere, and then there was a burglar on the loose.
You ever film in Atlanta? Boy, whenever I'm filming in Atlanta, there's always they shut down production because of some sort of police chase. There was a police chase when I was shooting Woke one year in Atlanta, and there was a police chase happening in the middle of our production. Like, we were shooting on the sidewalk. They were, part of the scene takes place in the street. And they're like backing everybody up, get out of the street. The helicopters are, get out of the street, blah, 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 blah. So we're like moving around, and then cop cars start flying. The car they were chasing flew through where we were filming, right on the street. And then the cop car, and they had made everybody go indoors, and it was nuts.
You know
there
what?
Might be some of that on camera.
Now that you say that, when I did Killing Gunther, the Schwarzenegger movie with Taron and Bobby Moynihan and all those guys, up in Vancouver, there was a big stunt scene where there was going to be like cars flipped and on fire. So we had a street blocked off, and a guy ran through it, and cops ran through it. And I thought it was part of the scene, right? We were doing a whole, and it was a bank robber. Bank robbers are like, it feels like those things are like mythical things from like Bonnie and Clyde times. And that was like, and they chased him and they got him, and it was in the news. And I had no idea. I saw the guy run right by me, and I was just like, hello.
You know, my
like,
favorite
unaware.
favorite bank robber was Ryan Gosling in A Place Beyond the Pines.
Oh my gosh.
Shout out to Ryan Gosling. Longtime fan of New Girl and our Mess Around pod. Longtime fan. Ryan, if you'd like to come on our show, which at this point I don't think your wife would allow it. Please come on, chit chat with us, buddy.
He set the bar. It was so funny how all those girls too were like, The Notebook? And I was like, no, not The Notebook. You know, the elevator scene and Drive. And everyone's like, no idea what you're talking about, lady.
I'm going to start kissing women like that.
You should.
If you're a woman, you're trying to get kissed like Ryan Gosling, call me.
I could take you to an elevator down by MacArthur Park.
Hand on hip. Cock the head back. Sensual, soft. Bad guys
Crazy
come in.
lighting.
Bow, bow, bow.
Really, maybe I'm just more in love with like the DP because the lighting
Whoa.
was sexy.
Oh, pause. Okay.
Oh, man.
Now back at the loft, Gavin, he don't waste no time. He come in tongue out. That boy walked in. Eyebrows and tongue. His eyebrows and tongue. Just, wild. He said, at my age, you know what I'm here for. I came to do something.
Yeah, it's also true.
Something. It's like, what you think I'm about to do with you? Take a walk?
Yeah, we don't need this small talk. Let's go. Let's figure it out. And Schmidt is it's so horrifying if you actually think about it. To sit there and watch your dad try to make this move. Cece is trying to help him through the whole thing. Jess gets it to stop. He puts the clues together that his son lives in this house, and she then reveals that Schmidt's in the camera.
He's in the camera.
So weird. And then he like grabs Zoe's face and helmet. Did you see this?
Yeah.
Like shaking her around, talking. And I was like, oh God. It's aggressive.
Oh my gosh. Yeah. So Gavin is talking through the camera feed. You know, he's apologizing about being a shitty dad.
Yeah.
And he says that he understands why Schmidt doesn't want to see him, but he would love to have a drink to meet the man that he has become. Cece brings Schmidt out into the kitchen so he could face him, mano y mano. And he apologizes to his face.
Yeah.
And then Schmidt introduces him to Cece and says, she's responsible for who the man, for the man that I am today. And Gavin, his whole thing is he wasn't good at being married, but thankfully, you seem to be nothing like me. And it's a sweet moment. It's one of those, I'll be honest, it's one of those moments that I'm like, man, I wish I would have had a conversation similar to that with my father. But, that man went and croaked it. He went and croaked it up. He gives him the invitation and is like, I hope he can show up this time. I don't want to fast forward to anything. It's not a spoiler because you've all seen it. He doesn't show up, right?
I think he does.
He does? Oh, okay. I thought he did.
Isn't Peter at the wedding?
Could be.
Peter's at the wedding.
Oh, I forgot.
I guess we got to stay tuned to find out. This is how you know it's a real rewatch, you guys. We don't know.
Yeah, I forgot. And then Winston drops by Nick's office, wearing a bird shirt. And Nick says that there should be a TV show about your job, Winston. There should be. And they're both like, yeah, I've been saying that this whole time. I've been trying to say, and he apologizes to Winston, and Winston says, this whole thing was stupid, bro. It was idiotic, but this is the first time he's seen Nick really care about a job and that he's killing it, and he's very, very proud of him. I just think it's interesting to have a meeting anyway. Just then, Schmidt, Cece, and Jess, they barge in because Schmidt needed a damn drink. And then one more awkward silence as the whole group sits there processing the fact that Jess literally made out with Schmidt's dad. But Nick has to know. Did you like it? And then Cece tells her not to say anything, but it's Jess. And she goes, yeah, I liked it a little bit. I liked it a little bit.
What's funny is in the playing from the jukebox is a song that just keeps going, hound dog. I'm like, this is perfect. Another perfect, funny, weird episode that I completely forgot about, and it got me. The twists and turns got me.
I don't know why, but I remember shooting that palm scene.
Really?
Yes, it took forever. And I don't remember why. It was like, it was so many complications apparently with what was happening and like the angle. I forget what it was, but we were just like, I'm just moving the damn thing out of the street. Like
they got in their heads about something small.
Something small, and it turned into such a long, could have been one shot, two
like just
maybe.
Do a wide, and we'll be funny in the wide. Leave us be. You don't need to do a lot of coverage on the frond.
My goodness.
Listen to me, frond. Okay, you guys, getting into the Rumi message of the week. Retired Rear Admiral J. Garagearoo. Okay. You can send your questions to us at themessaroundpod@gmail.com. This is my favorite part of the pod, is diving into your real questions. Here we go. I know you didn't ask for this from listeners, but while listening to the pod, I couldn't stop thinking of a goosebumps walkaway experience I had.
Ooh.
Color me intrigued.
Spicy.
When I was in my mid-20s, my friends and I would often party at one of their parents' houses. I've known this family since grade school, so I hung out there a lot. My friend's older sister was also living there at the time, and it always intimidated me. I feel like I'm reading like erotic fan fiction right now.
It's about to get real erotic.
In my eyes, she was literally the stereotypical hot cheerleader from every 90s, early 2000s teenage rom-com. So I could never actually talk to her. Once we started hanging out when we were older, we started to converse and get along really well. We both got increasingly flirty with each other at these parties, but it was my friend's sister. So I could never cross that line. I can't remember how I came about, but the parents and my friend were okay with me. You can't remember how this came about, sir. I can't remember how it came about, but the parents and my friend were okay with me dating her. I was still very hesitant until one night, as we were getting ready to leave. I said my goodbyes and went out to the car with a couple friends, and I could see my friend's sister through the open door standing alone. Goosebumps walk away moment. I opened the car door, walked right up to her, cusped the side of her head, and we
Ryan
started.
Gosling style?
I'm telling you, you can't escape what's happening for me. We started to kiss. Afterwards, I looked at her and said, I should have done that a long time ago. And literally walked straight back to the car without saying another word. We hooked up once, not too long after that, and nothing blossomed, mostly because I was still way too hesitant to intermix a relationship with the relationship I had with the family. She's now married with a child, and I'm single, so it's pretty clear how well that went. Anyway, I love the show, both of you. Sorry to bore you with this tale. Just felt like sharing since it fits in with the theme of that episode. Sincerely, retired, he does not want his name read. Retired Rear Admiral J. Garagearoo.
Okay, I got a couple things for you. Retired Rear Admiral J. Garagearoo. I got a couple things for you. Okay. One of which is Hannah keeps going back to this Ryan Gosling thing, right? And And so he just proved the point that all that slow motion, what you find to be beautiful, all that BS don't matter. Why? Because he walked out there. He cusped the side of her head. He rocked her back and forth with that sweet lip on lip action, right? Said, I should have done that a long time ago. Everything is very skinematic and everything is very like...
Skinematic.
Everything is very, very romantic, right?
Yeah.
And guess what? She got a baby with somebody else, bruh. Bruh, she got a whole family. She got a whole... You by yourself, dog. Boy, you should have walked in and said, listen, I want to take you on a date. Boy, you should have said, boy, you should have put... You
had
could have
opportunity.
Boy, yeah, boy, you know, boy. And look at Ryan Gosling. He ain't with Carey Mulligan. That boy with Eva Mendes. So all that romance meant nothing.
They keep putting Ryan Gosling with these women that are small, blonde with short hair. You notice that? Michelle Williams, Carey Mulligan. That's like what they think everybody, I guess, wants to see him with.
No, they're probably trying to go
in real
opposite.
life, I'm like, it's a Eva Mendes.
Yeah, he got himself bad.
Yeah, he did, for real. Here's what I will say. I can slightly relate to this story because I have a younger brother. His friend, all right, so my baby brother's friend had a crush on me that I didn't know. First time we met, and he was just like, and he was very cute. And we like went out for like dinner or whatever and made out. And then I was like, goodbye, I'll never see you again. That was a huge mistake. You're my baby brother's friend. And he is like, no, I want to be with you. You're the greatest thing in the entire world. And I'm like, I'm your friend's older sister. This is like forbidden, off limits. No, we're not messing. You get your friend. You can't do this to your friend. And he was like, no, I'm going to go talk to your brother. And I was like, don't do that. We kissed one time. Like, chill out. Do not go talk to my brother. And he went and talked to my brother. Then he came back to me and was like, your brother said it's cool. So like, I'd like to take you out on a date. Then my brother came over later that night and I was like, hey. And he's like, hey, like totally chill. And I was like, I heard so-and-so talk to you today. And my brother fell out laughing. And he's like, yeah. He told me he liked you and he wanted to ask you out on a date. And I said, for sure, bro, go for it. What an idiot. Anyway, what do you want to watch this? And I was like, oh, no.
Oh, no.
This makes sense now. This makes sense why you were totally cool with it. And I remember having to say to my brother, I was like, yeah, so I think I actually might go on the date. And my brother was like, wait, what? He was like, what are you talking about?
What you talking about, Willis? What you talking about?
Don't date anybody. You don't like anybody. This is the guy you want to go on a date with. Anyway,
oh,
very
my
funny.
goodness.
I can relate to it, but I'm telling you, man, you got this. You took a swing, but you should have focused on that girl. I mean, it all works out for a reason. She's married and happy, has her baby, is fine. But man, you hopefully that taught you the lesson. You know, you got to keep your eye on the prize, man. You got an opportunity with a hot older sister. Lock in.
Tell the world, and don't lie about it. Did you end up hooking up with this man? You did.
I'm not gonna say anything.
Yeah, which means you did. Because if you didn't, you would just go no.
I'm not saying nothing.
Hannah was taking down the little brother's friend. Oh my! Was this L.A. or was this Canada?
I'm not saying nothing.
I wonder who this person is.
That's already more than I would ever usually say.
I'm gonna find out who this person is. You know I'll find out. Hannah, you know me, right? You know me very well. You know I'm gonna find out who this person is, right?
This is gonna become your white whale. You're gonna just be like, I will find out. I'm gonna call your brother.
I'm calling everybody.
Get a whole team on this.
That's the first person I'm
Texting
calling.
everyone right now.
I got a forensics team on standby at all times, ready to do my bidding. Shout out to the forensics team.
I will say, season 5 of New Girl, I truly, if you had asked me a year ago, what was season 5? I would have been like, I don't really remember season 5. And as we go through it, so fun, the weird topics they get involved in. I am here for it. Give me season 5 all day. It's really making me laugh. Oh my gosh.
Season 5 is making you laugh, and it's so interesting. We were talking about Drive. Was that because of we were talking about Project Hail Mary?
Yeah.
Just randomly, because that's what I'm trying to go see, this movie, and you bring up Ryan Gosling, and this episode happens to be basically a lot about what you were harping on in the very beginning.
I'm telling you, it's so weird. You and I have had this luck recently where something from our real life tangentially interrupts us doing a recap episode. We go off the rails, and then somehow we get like an email like this at the end, which makes it seem like this is a very well thought out podcast and it's all intentional and by design. I will promise you, it is not. This is just how we talk. Oh my gosh.
Oh my goodness. Anyway, guys, that's the end of our show. Thank you for listening. Sorry, this was so unhinged. That would be Hannah's fault.
That's true.
That's right. So we'll be back next week with episode 513. Sam again. Make sure you follow us on IG. We've been looking for you. And TikTok. Come on, man. At the Mess Around Pod. I was looking for you specifically, and I didn't see you. You can subscribe to the Mess Around on YouTube. Hit the notification bell. And love you guys.
Thanks for listening. Bye.
Adios. The Mess Around is a HeadGum podcast created and hosted by Hannah Simone and Lamorne Morris. The show is produced by Wendy Heisler and engineered by Sam Rogich, with production support from Kyle Chevron and Ali Khan. Our executive producer is Anya Kanovskaya. Katie Moose is our VP of Content at HeadGum. Our theme music is by Ronald Jukebox Jackson. For more podcasts by HeadGum, visit headgum.com or wherever you listen to your favorite shows.
That was a HeadGum podcast.